Today, we will talk about maximizing reach and engagement through social media advertising. Improving social media engagement allows businesses to generate more reach and notice a greater ROI on their social media marketing strategy. Because there is no one-size-fits-all strategy, here are 6 tips that businesses can utilize to maximize engagement on their social media content. One of the key benefits of social media to businesses is the ability to interact with customers. Through your brand's pages, you can increase awareness about your company and its services/products, create conversations, and drive traffic to your website. The key to achieving these goals through social media is spurring engagement. Businesses that focus on building their social media engagement can benefit from stronger reach and experience a greater ROI on their social media marketing strategy. What is engagement and why is it important? Social media engagement comprises any sort of interaction a user has with content posted on a page. This includes social actions such as likes, comments, and shares, as well as clicks on a user's profile, clicks on hashtags, expanding an image, playing a video, and more. From an analytical standpoint, the amount of engagement can tell you how your content is resonating with your followers. The more enticing or relevant the content is to your audience, the more they will interact with it. It can also help you better determine which types of imagery or post copy are more effective, so you can improve future posts. The long-term goal is increased brand awareness and recognition, which is vital to businesses facing growing competition. Maximizing engagement needs to be a key component of your social media strategy because it determines how many people see your content. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn prioritize posts that have more signs of interaction when selecting what content appears on a user's newsfeed. Just because someone follows your pages does not mean they're guaranteed to see your posts every time they check their feeds. But if your posts receive lots of engagement, it's more likely that social media platforms will prioritize your content in people's feeds. 1. Know your audience. First things first, you need to understand not only who is currently reading your content, but who you want to be reading it. This should dictate the language used and the overall tone of your social media presence. Knowing your target audience should include identifying their wants and needs, as well as what typically attracts them to your company. For example, if your business sells organic food products that people value because of health benefits, let your social media pages become vital resources for nutritional facts and tips for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. If your target audience is also eco-conscious, share resources that demonstrate your brand's commitment to sustainability, while offering useful ways for consumers to reduce the negative impact they have on the planet. Identifying your company's role in satisfying customer wants and needs helps you cater your social content to be more enticing or relevant to them. 2. Utilize quality imagery. Text-only posts just aren't going to cut it these days for most businesses. Think about someone scrolling through his or her feed, passing post after post after post. With the content piling up, you'll need to make sure yours stands out to avoid being forgotten about or just completely ignored. The best way to do this is with captivating images that help grab your followers' attention and properly convey the correct message. Like every other aspect of your social media strategy, it's important to stay on brand when using images. Make sure the imagery you develop aligns with what the post is conveying. Try to be consistent with the style of imagery to make the content more recognizable. When possible, utilize branded imagery so the information is immediately associated with your business, increasing the likelihood that followers not only retain the information, but are quick to connect it with your brand's products or services. When choosing or creating images, it's important to make sure they appear in posts as intended. Each platform has its own ideal image sizes. Adhering to these dimensions means your graphics won't get cropped. Text-heavy images should also be avoided if possible, as they don't tend to perform well on social media. 3. Let your objective guide your call to action. When possible, your posts should have a clear call to action, CTA. Before crafting a post, consider what specific action you would like your audience to take with it. Oftentimes, you'll try to direct people to a specific landing page or website, whether it be to read an article or sign up for a webinar. When this is the case, your post copy should clearly direct people to do so. But telling your audience to click a link isn't good enough. Start your post copy with an important stat or fact to grab your followers' attention, and then encourage them to click through to learn the full story, properly demonstrating what knowledge they will gain from doing so. Other posts may seek to drive user comments to create a conversation. If this is the case, write it out in the copy. If you want to create a conversation, you'll have to let everyone know that their thoughts are welcome on the page. Naturally, you'll also want to closely monitor the comments when doing this, as nothing can spoil a conversation quite like offensive language or spam. Sometimes people will just need a bit of direction to take the action you'd like them to, so ensure that your posts make this clear and simple for them. 4. Use hashtags effectively. The main goal of hashtags is to allow social media users to find similar posts about a given topic. When used properly, they can cause more people to view your posts, thus increasing the amount of impressions your content gets. Because these users would also find your content relevant to their interests, they'd be more likely to interact with your posts. In fact, hashtag use is proven to cause increased engagement on Instagram. Conduct thorough research to identify the best hashtags to use, as it will put your posts in front of the best possible social media users. Ideally, you want to find hashtags that are commonly used in conversations that are relevant to the products or services your business provides. However, if the hashtags are too widely used, there's a chance that there are other posts using them that don't exactly line up with your goals. Because of this, it's often best to pair commonly used hashtags with niche ones that relate to a more precisely specified audience. It's also wise to keep an eye on trending hashtags. If any relate to your business, joining the conversation will help you capitalize on a growing discussion, getting your content more views and interactions. 5. Make use of behind-the-scenes content. Social media gives brands an easy way to boost transparency and show a more personal side, which can attract more customers. In fact, research suggests that a vast majority of consumers would be more loyal to brands that demonstrate transparency in their marketing strategies. Give followers a glimpse of what it's like for the people that make your business possible. Do this by celebrating achievements, publishing appreciation posts for your employees, or sharing news about your company history. When done right, this can create a greater connection with your followers and customers, bolstering their trust to turn them into brand advocates. In the light of how the COVID-19 pandemic has altered the way we do business, new data suggests that trust, reputation, and conversation are becoming almost as important as price and convenience. Knowing this, brands should look to build this trust by showcasing a happy and healthy working environment via behind-the-scenes social media content. 6. Conduct regular analysis. In a past blog, we discussed the importance of setting objectives with social media marketing. Part of achieving these objectives involves actively monitoring your progress to determine the best ways to adjust your strategy. Like I mentioned before, there's no one-size-fits-all strategy when it comes to maximizing engagement on social media. The best way to sharpen your approach is to frequently analyze what posts and types of content perform best. Keep track of the categories of top-performing posts and maintain a steady frequency of those in your schedule. Identify which hashtags lead to the most impressions and engagements to determine which should take priority over others. When posting the same piece of content multiple times, consider adjusting the copy and imagery each time you post it. This will help you determine the tone and language that resonates best with your audience. Take the same approach when writing out CTAs to gain a better understanding of which word choices work best as well. While a growing audience will lead to changes in preferences, current events could also cause people to value different aspects of a brand. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.